with Steve Austin addressing the rumors of a match at WrestleMania and more. This is Wrestling Hub. My name is John and you're watching the Wrestling Report. Before we get into the rest of the video, make sure you subscribe to Wrestling Hub and turn on all notifications to stay up to date with everything in the world of pro wrestling. Also, don't forget to follow us on Instagram at Wrestling Hub Official and follow us on Twitter at Wrestling_Hub. Speaking about her name change, since arriving on the WWE main roster, Raquel Rodriguez told Fox 61, I think that has a lot to do with just like logistics and, WWE having ownership of the image of Raquel Rodriguez and the name of Raquel Rodriguez. So that's really a decision that they've made. If it was up to, if you go back to my NXT career, I had the name Reina. I had the name Raquel Gonzalez with my last name. And then now we're on Raquel Rodriguez, which is totally fine because my biggest concern was keeping my Hispanic heritage strong and representation strong. Explaining why he wore baggy pants during his comeback on Monday Night Raw last month, JBL told Corey Graves on After the Belt, let me tell you something, men don't wear skinny jeans. I don't know where you came from in Ireland, but Irish men don't wear skinny jeans. Nobody wears skinny jeans that is a man. Okay, I'm wearing clothes that are appropriate for me. Plus, I'm 55 years old. I'm not gonna dress like some stupid little punk rock 17-year-old, alright? I'm gonna dress like a man who is a legend, who's made a lot of money, and is wealthy enough to buy whatever the hell he wants, and I happen to buy pants that fit me. I have a large ass. I got more ass than a donkey farm. My college coach told me one time, said, son, if I told you to haul ass, it'd take you 4 trips. I'm not pulling my large ass, 10 pounds of potatoes in a 5-pound sack, and putting them in skinny jeans. With Bret Hart suffering a career-ending concussion at the hands of Goldberg in WCW, Road Dogg addressed the resentment the Hitman harbors for Goldberg, saying on his podcast, I think you do have to get over it and go, it was an accident, man. Nobody meant to hurt anybody. I know Goldberg. I can't imagine him having malice in his heart when any of this stuff went down. I see that as an accident, and I see that worthy of forgiveness, and I think in time maybe Bret will do that. In time, I think Bret will find forgiveness in his heart for even Goldberg. When talking about one of his more memorable promos from this year, MJF would also explain why he hates using the word promo, telling Vulture, I think sometimes people just have sympathy for the devil. Every time as a talent, you walk through the curtain, your only goal should be to steal the show. Your only goal should be to be the #1 thing people are talking about. There have been times in my career where I've taken it as a legitimate personal slight when people look at our show and the first thing they don't mention is me. It is your job as a performer to make everyone who's worried about the BS focus on you and only you. By the way, I hate the word promo. I prefer oratory exhibition. The amount of classic oratory exhibitions that I have, I take great pride in that. MJF would also note to PW Insider that he does not like being called a heel, explaining that being anything other than myself fully authentically doesn't interest me. I am who I am. People will react to me the way they want to react to me. That's Megastar-sh, that's John Cena-sh, that's Rock-sh, that's Hogan-sh. There were times in their career when they would come through that curtain and they got the loudest boo, and there were times when they came through that curtain and they got the loudest cheer. That's what I bring to the table. I think people need to stop worrying about fake BS labels and just enjoy this ride because I'm overish and it is fun. Touching on her decision to join AEW over WWE, TBS champion Jade Cargill told The Breakfast Club, I was actually going between this company and WWE at the same time, but we have an owner, Tony Khan. I love the fact that he treats us like athletes. With him returning on Smackdown despite news of an MCL sprain, Kevin Owens would take to Twitter to write, just wanted to say thank you. Seeing the response to my return and how much you guys missed me being on your TV screen is truly humbling. You all made last night a career highlight for me, and in return, I promise to always give you everything I have, every single time. With him on hiatus from commentating on Smackdown, Pat McAfee was recently seen wrestling a seer ahead of ESPN Game Day in Montana. Here's the clip.
You're gonna like push your kids into it.
During the press conference following the Full Gear event, AEW President Tony Khan said this about the show. I definitely think going in, we saw Full Gear as a show where a lot of the homegrown talent were taking on talent that were established elsewhere. We had wrestlers come to AEW and really made their name on AEW TV, taking on a lot of people who had experience on worldwide television, and they already made a name for themselves. I think in a lot of those cases, we saw AEW people who were homegrown people prevail, but a lot of the other people are AEW people too. And I think in some cases, some people who were here from the beginning and some people came on, and it's cool because there's a balance there with homegrown AEW talent versus people who arrived in AEW as free agents. In some cases, it was people who arrived maybe this year, but in some cases, they were here from the very beginning and they've made a name for themselves. You saw a lot of established names have a big night too, like Chris Jericho and Samoa Joe and Saraya, and established stars come through. It was great with some homegrown versus homegrown talent too. With her getting a win in her AEW debut match at Full Gear against Britt Baker, Saraya revealed when she started taking bumps again at the post-show media scrum, saying, "Luckily, I got to go home to the UK recently, and I went to the Santino Bros ring in California. Jungle Boy offered me his ring too, but I didn't get to run there, but I will be going back there and asking him to use his ring. I did do a lot of training. I didn't try to do a lot of bumping around until I knew my neck was okay, but then it was an everyday thing. Like I even had a signing that I had to cancel because I needed to focus on this, and I was 100% in on this. It did take a lot." Talking about the match and future performances, she added, "Even with the match today, I was rusty. It's been 5 years. Every time I go out there, I try to give 110%. I did do that. I gave as much as I could. Working with Britt, she's a star. She's an absolute star. Long story short, I had to work out a lot, and I'm going to continue to do so. In AEW, I felt like I had to step up my wrestling game. Wrestling everywhere are fantastic, but I feel that caliber of AEW women's wrestling is so high. I was like, man, we have Toni Storm and Jamie Hayter. They're just so good." After winning the AEW World title from Jon Moxley, MJF said this at the post-Full Gear press conference. "AEW is now destination television once again. This ship has been steered properly once again. This belt is the most important belt in this entire sport, and it's thanks to 3 letters. It isn't AEW, and I know for an MFing fact, it isn't MOX. It's MJF. Oh my god, thank you. F you. Bye. Ha ha ha. Jim Cornette sign off." As WWE has been rumored to have pitched Steve Austin a match for the upcoming WrestleMania, Stone Cold would address these reports in a video prior to his workout.
Hey, good morning. It's Steve Austin coming to you from my home gym. I was going to film my workout today, but I am at home, and I don't have my camera holder here. Today's workout was starting off on the ski erg, 20 minutes. After getting warmed up, hitting that thing pretty hard. Today was shoulders and traps. I'm in a hurry today. So after warming up, I'll grab those 50-pound dumbbells, sit down on this preacher bench, and use it for support. Crank out 15 reps, jump right up, come over to the power rack. That's just 225, but just use an explosive movement with the traps to get that up. Go right from there, jump down and do 25 crunches. Midway through the workout, I'll switch that to leg lifts or leg raises. And so then I rest for 30 seconds, repeat the cycle. So it's about, I don't know, 20, 25 minute workout minus the cardio. I'll come back this evening and get 20 more minutes on this. This is my sandbag that I've been taking on the road with me. There's my Carhartt jacket muffler. It's cold as shit. People have been speculating, hey Steve, you know, what are you doing? What are you training for? Are you training for an event? Hey, you can speculate what you want for. I just simply looked in the mirror and realized I looked like shit. So I called my diet coach up. And my macros are currently, give or take, roughly around 2650 calories, 320 grams of protein, 150 grams of carbs on a regular day. We'll spike at 420 on a load up. I still drink beer on Friday nights, get 3 Broken Skull IPAs, and that's pretty much it. I'm probably, as far as body weight goes, sub 232, leanest I've been in, forever. Anyway, that's the bottom line. I'm out. I just got tired of looking like, when I looked in the mirror, I looked like shit. Got tired of looking like shit, so I'm taking actions to do something about it. I gotta go. Catch you down the road.
And this was your pro wrestling news update. I hope you're all having a great day. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see y'all later.